Hi everyone, I'm Furkan, and today I'm going to talk with Pan here from China, and we will talk about on the difference in education here in Europe and China, and what students should select. They should go for for the PhD in China, or they should come to the Europe, and we will talk on different things, and then we will conclude that okay, let's see which is the best, and. First, Ben, if you can introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Pan. I'm from China and I did my master in Ireland and I'm working in Ireland. And honestly, I didn't do any PhD or like a master in China. But I think I could have some uh, suggestion and not suggestion like experience if you want to go to China to live or study for a few years, or like if you want to go to Europe, any countries to study or live, I think I could have some tips for you. Yeah.
Okay, so what you did from China, like bachelor?
Yeah, I did my bachelor like in biotechnology and for 4 years, and then after that, I didn't follow uh, my domain in my undergraduate. I did the media, like entertainment industry in China for like 2.5 years, and after that, I came to Ireland to did my master in global media and communication, and after that, I got my current job at the University College of Dublin. Uh,
Okay, so I have two questions now.
yeah.
Did you find any international student at undergrad level in China? And second, why you choose Europe after China? Why you didn't select the China to do your master? So these are
Okay.
the two questions.
Okay, the first question, I think because I worked in China. I mean, I love my country, but I think in China it's the job market is very the competition is very intense, and probably you heard about that because like basically you need to work like overtime always. It's very normal in China because it's developing the whole country. So um everyone should make an effort and make a contribute to like to
Collectively
make.
effort to make the country like more
Yes,
successful. Yeah.
yes, and it's not like the government they have some magic to make this country like become developed or everything, because this is because everyone they make a contribute. So I couldn't stand like I work like 60 hours or for like 70 hours every week. That's why like I left and I did my master in Europe. Um, that is very important reason I came to Europe. But because I lived in my own country like over 20 years, so because everything, accommodation, food, everything, I didn't used to the everything here. So I think that's one of the biggest challenge if you want to come to Europe, because I think in Asian countries that's kind of common. The uh, food is very different, like in Europe, the diet. So they said I think it's one of the reasons you need to consider that if you want to come to study or work everything. If I mean, uh, otherwise you're very good at cooking or like you have a lot of time to cook. That's
Okay,
different
so
situation.
okay, we will do it a little bit short. Like you were saying that like Chinese people are doing work very hard and they're contributing in their country. So, but you can't do that much work, like 60 hours a week. So that's you choose
Not
to
only 60 hours,
maybe more than that.
yes, it's definitely more than
So
that.
so you will get the more money.
No,
Oh,
uh, I mean legally, if you work overtime, you should get like the pay.
hmm.
You work overtime, but because the situation is like it's like a very complicated
Hmm.
to
For the local especially.
Yes, for like the law of label.
Labor law, yeah.
Yes, and I mean, for example, I work in the company and I work overtime. I didn't get the pay, but I have some holiday. Like
Hmm.
today, I work overtime like 3 hours, and this month I work overtime like 40 hours. And then next month, probably I could have extra.
Holidays.
Yes, but
Okay.
it's not
So, okay,
fair.
I got it. So let's do the further. Did you find anyone there doing undergrad international student, or only at the master or PhD level
I mean, I didn't before I came here. I didn't know anyone
in the
who is
China?
yeah who is an international student doing any PhD or master or anything
You never
in there.
meet like, I think
No,
the half of Pakistan is doing PhD in China, you
I
know.
heard that, but I never meet them in person.
So you
I
never
didn't.
saw any international
No, no,
student
no, 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 no. I never met anyone. But I think the Chinese government they have more. They have better policies to international students wherever they come from. They have better policies to them than Chinese like a
Hmm.
local student. Yeah, this is true because not based on my experience. Like I read that, I saw that on international on internet. I heard that from my friends, whatever. While I think the Chinese government they have like a good benefits like the international students they have like their own accommodation, but in China because the huge population like they have like one room, they have probably six eight people they live in one room, but for international students they have like only two four people live in one room. I think it's very unfair, but I think
No.
if you're international students, this is good.
Yeah.
This is
So
good.
so you're saying that the China is good for the international student but not local students. This is
It's
good.
better. I'm not saying it's good, but I think it's better.
So why a person should choose China?
I don't
Any
know.
give some reason like why like some people ask me that they should go to China or Korea or Europe. So you did study there also, you did study. So what you think that why they should choose China and why they should not? One thing you said that they are very work addicted, so they work a lot. That is for the even for the locals. But I know from many Pakistani friends or many other friends, they say that the China is very relaxed for them. Maybe it's mean that they are not that tough with the international people like the local people.
Yeah, I think that's their own opinion.
Hmm.
From my point of view, I think everyone need to work very hard to get what they to get like what they deserve to pay, everything. And I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what's the situation like and condition about the international students. But I mean, if you come from like one of the Asian country, I think instead like go to one of the European country or go to China is definitely from the life things, from the food accommodation thing, because I know in Ireland and other European countries it's very difficult to find accommodation, and also food is very huge difference. So I think the only benefit if you go to China, my understanding is like for food accommodation that is better than you go to European countries. But for education, I don't know. I think you need to do your own research and like what you're doing and
So,
um
in comparison to Europe, you think that the food and accommodation is more good in China as compared to
yes,
here.
yes, definitely.
So, why they should choose a Europe? You also study in the Europe.
My I choose Europe. It's just because I work in here. I don't need to work overtime. That is the
Ah, okay.
only benefit.
That's
This is the only benefit. Now I'm even think I should go back to my home country because I have everything. I lost my weight. I don't want to lose my weight, and there is no good food, and it's very difficult to look for accommodation. Like it's basically same like as you look for job. So it's very, very difficult. I mean, if you go to like any other European country, probably it's a different. But in Ireland, in UK, I think it's very, very difficult and very expensive. If you go to like Netherlands or Germany, I think it's kind of different for looking for accommodation, but in
It's very
Ireland,
expensive.
it's very expensive and very, very difficult. It's a big headache. And you have to start to look for accommodation before you came here, like at least 2, 3 months, 4 months before you come to here. So I think it's one of the reasons to come to here. And I know I have some friends that moved to other European country because this is, you know, the weather and the accommodation things, the expenditure. I mean, the expenditure in Dublin is basically similar like in London, but the Dublin is not London. It's less entertainment, less everything, but the expenditure is similar like in London. So it's not the same. So I think if you want to come to here, you really need to think about that very
So you are
seriously.
saying that if you want to have a very good accommodation, that good food and good life, then you have to go in China. And if you think that okay, if you want to have a very good work-life balance, you do not want to do too much work, then you have to choose to the Europe. But Europe is very expensive. This is what I concluded from you. And like most of the people, like from Pakistan, from India, from these countries, they came here to get to earn money, like they do some part-time job so they can have. So China, as I did a little bit of research, like China is also allow some part-time, but you have to get some permission from university and the bureau. But how much a person can earn in a day in China, if you think a normal person, like how much he can earn?
I mean, if you are studying or like you work in a university and you want to look for part time,
Like if
I
you just
mean
talk about some waiter, like working at a restaurant,
that's very less to be
how much?
honest. Because how much?
Any
I
idea?
I mean because the everything like the food everything in China is not expensive. Your salary, if you want to work in a restaurant, is the salary is definitely could cover your expenditure. You're living in any city, but it's very less.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's one of the reason you need to consider the language, because I think except some big cities in China like Shanghai, these are very international cities, but everything is kind of expensive in there. If you go to some like a second
Oh,
level
okay. So I think
cities,
we should stop this video and we will record another video where we'll talk about the cities. Okay, this is too long, but I think this is what I concluded from your talk. Like Europe, this good for the work-life
okay,
balance.
you know, my conclusion is like for education, I because I didn't do any like higher education. I mean like a master or a PhD in China, so I didn't know that. But as as far as I know, it's also very difficult to be graduate based on my friends' experience in China. But for like a life living, like food, accommodation, this kind of thing, whatever expenditure, like if you come from one of the Asian country, I think is easier than you live in China. I mean, than other than on any other European countries. Yeah.
Okay, that's the last point. We will record separate video for the other thing, like which city we should go, what is okay. So that's all, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And I will disturb you again once. Okay, once maybe a week, not too much. Thank you. Bye bye.